My name is Steve. Welcome to my shop. I was going to do a Shark Bits video because I've got a lot of stuff in. I got a lot of projects that I'm started on, and I decided that I just got a new tool in the shop and decided to do a standalone video on that instead. But before we get into that, I do have some viewer mail. I've got some channel stickers that I've gotten in. So I'll bring you around and we'll open them up, and then we'll check out my new acquisition. Okay, the first one that I've got is from Shane Winters, and he is out in Pennsylvania, Winters Machine Shop. And any of these shops that have YouTube channels, I will leave a link in the description of the video. So it's a pretty nice sticker there. Die cut at Shane Winters, Winters Machine Shop. This next one I've had for a long time. It's been a long time since I've done a video. And this is AWD Jr. is his channel. And this is a gentleman that I met on the get-together that we were having with Amateur Redneck Workshop. Last year we had some videos, live stream videos that we were doing, and this is one of the gentlemen that I met on this. His name is Al, and there again I'll leave a link to his channel, and there's his sticker. This next one I've already put on the door. I actually got this quite a long time ago, and when I first got it I looked up the wrong channel. And I found a channel of a guy that builds sheds. It's the Shed Shop, but it's James P., the Shed Shop. And so I apologize to James for not getting this out sooner. But I finally figured out where his channel was, and I've been subscribed to him. And there again, I will leave a link in the description of this video. This next item is something that I have been looking for a while, and I just never pulled the trigger on it. And there's a relatively new site has come online called Vevor, V-E-V-O-R, Vevor or Vevor. And I bought a couple items from them and been pretty happy. It was no charge shipping. And they had a special on rotary table. And I've been kicking around whether to get a 6-inch or an 8-inch rotary table. And it's something that I've been toying with for a while. And I finally decided when I saw this come on sale, I decided to pull the trigger on it, and I got the 8-inch table. I think I've made a mistake. This thing is heavy. I brought it into the shop and set it on the floor, and to be honest with you, one of the reasons that I haven't talked about it yet is because I didn't want to have to lift it back up onto the bench. I've been dealing with some health issues really since around Christmas, and I just didn't have the energy to lift it. So here it is. So let's go into it. There's some handles, an Allen wrench. Well, physically it doesn't look too big. I'm going to get this all out of the box and out of the bag, and then I'll bring you back in. Well, I got it all unpacked. To be honest with you, I'm pretty happy with it. It's these two levers here lock the table. It's 4 T-slots. One of the things that didn't make sense to me, and maybe somebody on one of my viewers knows what the answer would be, they had 2 listed. They had one with 4 slots and one with 3 slots. And the one with 3 slots was about $50 or $60 more than the one with 4. And they sold this one. Not only was it less expensive, but it had free shipping. And to be honest with you, I'm pretty happy with it. It was covered with oil. I've wiped most of the oil off of it. Turns nice and smooth. Very smooth. I'll bring you in and show you some of the details here on it. Okay, there's a disengagement lever here, and that locks with this thumb screw, and when you turn it off, then the table is free spinning. So I'll bring it back around to approximately 0 and engage it again. There it goes. Lock it in place. And I can bring this up to 0. And my marker is a little bit off, about a ½ degree off, but there are slots, and they give you an Allen wrench to go with it. I'm going to readjust that. Straighten the, oops, it's not the right one. All right. There it goes. Snug it up. Okay, I've got that zeroed up. What I do now, I'm going to make some room over on my mill table and set it on the mill just to compare it for size. Now, I've just got room to put it on the table. I've got my dividing head mounted in here right now for a customer job, and I don't want to move it. I'm set. I'm getting ready to cut a cam-shaped feature on it, and I've got it all zeroed up and ready to cut. I'm not sure whether I'm ever going to show a video on this particular project or not. It is extremely tedious, and I have spent probably 2.5 hours on it already. I figure I got a couple more hours of work on it. And it's one of those projects that you'll never recover from financially. I'm doing it for a friend, and I can't possibly charge him the number of hours that it's taking. It would be an ideal piece for a CNC project, but I don't do CNC. So anyway, here it is, and it's heavy. There was a day when I used to handle stuff like this every day, this weight, but not anymore. At almost 71, this stuff is getting heavier and heavier every day. But I think it's the right size for the mill. Once I get the dividing head and get it centered on the table, I think that it's just about right. The 6-inch, I could have got by with the 6-inch, but I think that this gives me a lot more capability, and I've still got to put together some accessories for it. I'll make up some pins. Looks like a number 2 Morse taper, and I'll put some pins in it. And actually, that's bigger than that. It's a number 3 Morse taper. All right. So I'm going to have to get myself some number 3 Morse taper arbors, and we'll slip them in there and make some dowels and so on, so that I can center up items on the table a little easier. And I'll look into mounting one of my spare lathe chucks on there if need be. Although most of the stuff that I would need a chuck for, I can take and mount in the dividing head. Let me just show you what I'm doing here. Here is my setup on the dividing head, and the piece that I am making is this gear, and it's a gear and a cam combined, and I've got the major diameter turn roughed in on this, and so I decided to leave it full diameter while I'm doing the milling operations, and once the milling work is done, then I'll go back to the lathe and cut down to the final dimensions. I've got a couple of squares to mill on the ends. But where I am right now is that I'm all set up to start milling this outside diameter, because the diameter of the gear is different than the cam here, and I made the overall diameter large enough to reach this point. And so what I have to do now is start milling around the outside of it 135 degrees, and then take and wind the x-axis out on a tangent starting at the 135 degrees, and that will create this feature here. And once that's done, then I'll rotate it and start cutting the gears. Here is another piece. This Andy Evans donated this dividing head to my channel, to my shop, and it was missing the sector plate. It had a couple of the plates, and it had the handle, but it was missing the sector plates. And this actually was the first set of anything that I bought from Vever, or Vever. As a first purchase, when I signed up for it, I got an extra 10% off. So I think that the whole set of discs with the sector plate and a new handle, which I didn't use because it was larger diameter, and this one was fine, but the whole thing was only about $40 and works great. I got all the pieces that I needed, so I'm getting ready to cut some gears. Well, that's going to wrap up this short video on the unboxing of my 8-inch Vevor rotary table. Pretty happy with it. Other than being a little heavier than I was hoping, it looks like it's going to serve me very well. I've got a lot of projects in the works right now. I'm hoping to be able to shoot some video of some of them and get some more content out to you. So thanks for all my new subscribers. Thank my viewers. Please give me a thumbs up. And I have a lot of viewers that actually are not subscribed to the channel. It doesn't cost anything. Give this old man put a smile on his face and subscribe to my channel. Even in the past 2 months, when I haven't had a new video out, I picked up 60 new subscribers, which I think is just great. I'm pushing towards 5,000. I got a ways to go, but I made it over 4, and I'm looking at 5,000 now. So give me a hand, and I'll see you in the next video.